words. I wanted to share my enthusiastic excitement for this discovery I've made. Probably the last one on the bus again, you know, but the 4 LFO, if we're to look at it here and try and set this for a specific, I want this to be 120 beats a minute, right? So right now I've clocked this and I'm measuring its output with this. Here's the square wave, and I'm measuring its output, and it's 2 hertz a second, which is 120, and I'm getting that from a tip top. But the tip top is pretty darn stable. I've had it. So there we are, and we're on sync, but this is the fascination here. Now I can take this, and we're on reset sync mode, and this button is on sync. It's to the right, slider, probably a switch, not a button, a switch. And it's to the right, so it says sync, and it's synced up. And it's actually doing its thing pretty good. So if we pull this out, it'll stay synced. See, we're still locked to our hertz, to our clock that was established by the tip top in low frequency, and it's still good. But if we come out of sync, we're still good. However, if I try and move this up now, now it's at 100, and I'm moving this slider all the way up and down. So now if we try and bring this back to roughly where it was, which is about at that little slider there. See, that's 2.5 cycles. That's half, you know, that's not very much. So something like that should give us, and there's 181, but this is not really, my point here is that I can't get this to stop exactly on 2 the way I could with the tip top. In fact, it's pretty lucky to get within 5/100ths of the, and you'll quickly see that that is not, that's pretty, oh, dude, yeah, that's a miracle. Okay, so that's my square wave. Let's lose that. We're going to plug her into the shift, and sure enough, there it goes. It's shifting. Now I've got this beat per minute counter here. All I can do is try and is just kind of tap it out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no way to turn that down, sorry. And you can see it's starting to jump a little bit now. And this will happen with everything, with Ableton, with Logic, with whatever clock you put into it. People don't believe that, I know, but it's true. So now we're going to take this from the tip top again. There's a temptation to go under here, but that doesn't work, because what we need is the sync. And now that we're synced, we can try this again. And all we can do is try and be as accurate as we can when we start this thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here's my point again. We can turn that off and we'll still be in time. So we've made a lot of laps now. This should be starting to walk and shift out of the way. In fact, I can just pull that out. And it still goes. So that is my point, is that you can start this, that's enough now. You can start this with an accurate, and let's see if this stayed in. And there it is. See, I've just clipped that back up, and it's perfect. It's at 2, and that's coming out of this thing. And there's no clock input at all. It's right at 2, which is quite impressive, I think. So my point here, as nearly as I can tell, is that you can take this from an accurate, if you don't have a fancy PAMS, or whatever, a digital clock, a BPM that's perfectly accurate. And who says it has to be accurate? This is analog, right? But the point here is that you don't have to feed this. Once you've established a reliable clock, you just click it to the left and hit reset rather, out of sync, and now you are locked into, the clock is established. And in fact, I think we could even push this on, and I would be completely wrong. Yep, so now it's kind of reset itself somehow. But okay, now we're in divide. And I'm looking at the square wave, and it's dead on too. The tip top, I'm telling you, after it warms up for about 2 minutes, it's awesome. Okay, so there that is. And now, if we wanted to, I'm going to turn this off because I'm really impressed with the tip top. And I did exactly the same thing with this Behringer. You just put one of your oscillators, the square wave one, into low, oscillate, and that's the basic slider tuning there. Oh, this thing costs $9. I mean, it's well worth it to have one around if you don't want to get the other one. So we'll come back in here, and there it is, banging along again. But I can pull this and put it in this one, and now that's divide by 2, so that's a 60 note. 60 beats a minute. 1, 2, 3. You get the point. So once you've established your clock, you don't need to keep tickling it. Well, there you go. So that is a spectacular excitement, and I've got to say, if that doesn't make your day, I just feel sorry for you. All right.